Welcome to V-Ray for Google SketchUp by 4Dimension Infotech. V-Ray is a plugin or extension we can call. Mainly it is used to render to get a high quality realistic outputs. Either it may be exterior or it may be interior or panoramic views. V-Ray for SketchUp is easy to use and deliver the excellent results. You can use it to make anything from 3D diagram to high quality images. Features of V-Ray for the SketchUp. So it is mainly used to remove the noise and cut render times by up to 50%, and now supports denoising after rendering also by using the post-production setting. Render photorealistic rooms and interiors with powerful and fast global illumination. Render natural or artificial lighting with a wide range of built-in light types like rectangle, IS, sphere, like that. Light your scenes with a single HDRI images of its environment. Render VR ready content for popular virtual reality headsets. And select over 500 drag and drop materials to speed up your next project. And it is used to create looking materials that look exactly like the real thing. And even you can track the render history like fine-tune color, exposure and more directly in V-Ray frame buffer. And you can create a realistic grass, fabric and carpet by using V-Ray fur. Next, in order to operate this V-Ray in your laptop or PC, we should have a great configuration. That is processor up to 5th to 11th generation, and RAM is minimum 8 GB to 16 GB, and even if you have a more, then it's well and good. Then hard disk space minimum 2 GB and recommended 12 GB. And operating systems like Windows 8.1 and 8, Windows 10 is preferable. SketchUp versions like 21 to 24 you can use. And GPU support. Next, V-Ray Visions require a graphics card with Direct 11 or Direct X12 and shader model 5.0 capabilities like this. Let me start the session 1, that is Introduction to UI of V-Ray and V-Ray material. The first point is starting with the V-Ray interface and V-Ray by default material and application to the selected part, and adding the new professional materials and how to add a RGB color code and free sites to download the materials, and how to add a paint plugin application of Asian Paints. Let's start this. Here I open Google SketchUp, the version is 22 and I installed V-Ray. So once you install the V-Ray, just click on the view and toolbar. Then you get 4 options like V-Ray for SketchUp, V-Ray for light, V-Ray objects and V-Ray utility. So these are the 4 options you get once you install with the V-Ray. V-Ray for SketchUp, V-Ray light, V-Ray utility and V-Ray objects. Let me go one by one so that I am deleting all this and closing it. Next one is V-Ray for SketchUp. The first option we have is Asset Editor. Click on that Asset Editor. You get a dialog box related to that. Here we have a V-Ray Asset Editor where you get materials, lights, geometry, render elements, textures, settings, render and then VFB, that is V-Ray frame buffer. Let's start one by one. Materials. So here I have a by default materials. These materials are related to the man or lady when we open a SketchUp. So now I don't want to keep all these materials. Either you delete it one by one by using the delete option here, or else click on the first option, press shift and then last one. Hit on the delete option. So now I don't have any single material. In order to get a by default high quality materials, just click on this arrow. Here you get a material option. Using a higher version, then you have to connect to the Cosmos. that is browse material in the Cosmos. And this material list you can add it manually if you have a collection with you. So when you open a V-Ray asset editor, you don't get this option. You have to go with the either the by default materials or else you have to connect with the browse material in Cosmos. Make sure you are connected to internet in order to use these Cosmos browser materials. Before going to download it, the first basic step is you have to log in with your Gmail ID and then you can able to access these materials. Here we have a 4 option, that is all asset, downloaded, like and update. So in order to get all asset categories, make sure you click on the all asset. If you already downloaded it, then you can go to use these materials offline. Next, if you like that material and if you add it into the favorite list, then you get a like option here. So not yet I added any single material into my favorite list. And here we have a update option. Let me go with the all asset option. After that, here I have a sub options like 3D models, materials, HDRI and then collections and creators. The first option we have is 3D models. It's just like a 3D warehouse. Either you download the models from the 3D warehouse or else in order to get more high realistic proxy models, then you can use this option, that is 3D models. Depending on your requirement, you can go with the furniture category. In that we have a sofa, chairs, tables, bedroom storages, office furnitures, outdoor furnitures, bathroom furnitures, kitchen furnitures, like this. You go to the accessories, then you get decoration, kitchen accessories, and you go to the lighting. You have a different kinds of lightings here, pendant, ceiling lamp, floor lamp, then vegetation like trees, indoor plants, shrubs, vehicles, like this. Just you have to expand these options depending on your requirement. And then now I am using sofa and armchair. Here you have a different kinds of sofas depending on your requirement. Either you want to keep 2-seated, 3-seated, single seated, like that, you just click on the download option. So once you click on the download option, depending on your internet speed, it's ready to use. Then you get a green icon like this, that is import option. So you have to click on that import option, then simply you can place on the working space. Press escape, or else if you want to keep it multiple times, then go on placing like this. Again you come to the different category and then you can click on the download option. Then you click on the import option and then you can place it here. So you can see here I am not getting any realistic effect in the workspace, as you can see here. So these are the proxy models. So what is mean by proxy and all, we are going to learn in the future session. So when I render all these models, so here I have to click on the render option, or else I have to click on the render interactive. Render means if you want to final the render, then you can click on the render option, and if you want to see the live changes, then you can click on the render interactive. Now I have to see the live interaction or live changes. Whatever the changes I am doing in model, that I have to do the same thing in the render. Just click on the interactive render. I am just rotating it like this way. Whenever you want to test your render, you just zoom it, rotate it, and then check how it is looking in the render. So these are the very high realistic models. You can use it from the Cosmos options. Next, again I click on the Charts Cosmos directly, or else you can click on the VFB and then you can say browse material in the Cosmos like that. Next one is material. I switch into the material option, that is materials. Here we have a different kinds of materials like brick, car paint, ceramic, concrete, emissive, fabric, foam, glass, ground, leather, etc. Depending on the model, on which part of the model you are going to apply the materials, you have to select or you have to click on that particular option. If it is a wall, then you can apply the stone, brick, paint. If it is a sofa, you can apply the leather, fabric. If it is a furniture, then you can click on the metal, wood, like that. So now I am deleting all these parts and then I am just doing one simple wall here, and I want to teach you the difference between the by default material and then V-Ray material. The reason behind why we use V-Ray material is, you get it within a fraction of a second. I press B here. I go to brick, select this one and apply it. Same thing, select this face, go to the brick category, and then this one I want to apply. Click on this because I already downloaded on this material, that's why I am getting this green symbol. So once you click on this, make sure you are in the asset editor option. In the material option, I have a two option, that is brick antique 01, which is by default SketchUp material, and second one is brick weathered E01, that is V-Ray material. I already applied the by default material. Make sure you select the particular face, on which face or object you want to apply the V-Ray material. Then right click on this option and click on the apply to selection. Even without render also, you can see the differences, that is what is the difference between the by default material and then V-Ray material. When I click on the render option, you can get a very high quality realistic output like this. The left material is blur and the right material is very clear and realistic. So that this is the main reason why we have to apply the V-Ray material to the each part. Sometimes your model is very good, but if you don't apply the real material, then you don't get the realistic output. So make sure for each part of your model you are applying the V-Ray material. In this way, you can apply the required material to the parts of your model. For better understand, I am going with 3D warehouse. For that, go to the window and then click on the 3D warehouse, and then here I am searching for the sofa. You can download any type of a sofa like this and download. But before that, I just click on the V-Ray asset editor. Here I have a two materials only. So now I deleted that model, but still these materials are visible. So in order to delete these materials, now I have only two materials, so that easily you can delete. So you get idea, so that you get an idea what materials are applied for the model and what are the deleted one. So either you just simply click on the purge unused asset, so that you lose the materials for those models we deleted. Then here I don't have any single material. So whenever you want to download any 3D families or components, so then you go to the 3D warehouse, or else you can go to the Cosmos. Now you download. If you are going with this one, then when I download, okay. So for this model mainly I have 2 to 3 more materials. Here I have a sketch UV like this materials. So if you want to go with these materials, then you can go ahead, or else if you want to replace, then what I do, I just press B and Alt in order to tag this material. So check that material here and say right click, select object in a scene. So that you selected the whole material throughout the model. Then next I want to replace it. For that I am just going with the material option. In that, if you want to apply the leather or fabric depending on the requirement, you can go ahead. Then I just click on this option. The name is leather bond. Right click and say apply to selection. It takes some little bit time depending on your configuration. And for the leg part, use your bucket and add symbol. Right click, select object in a scene, then material here and go to the wood material or metal material. Come down, then apply the wanted material. So I want to apply this aluminium clean or this steel. Right click, apply. Now just click on the interactive render in order to check the output of this. See how realistic material is this, which has reflection and all. No need to do any customization. It is already ready to use materials. You can use it from the Cosmos. So this is about the Cosmos materials, are presetted high quality materials that you can apply. Then